All right. Hello. This is Latrice.
Hello.
Welcome to From Startup to Takeover podcast.
Watch his word.
And you have co-host Kim.
Hello. Thank you for coming back.
Absolutely. So guys, today we start our 30-day challenge where Kim and I are going to be on every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 30 minutes. Latrice is going to stick to the 30 minutes. But yeah, we want you guys to grow with us and let's just see where we go. So Kim, let's get this started. How was your day?
It was great. How about yours? It was a little long, but it was great. How about yours?
Yeah. Busy, draining, tired.
Yeah, yeah. I, I did a little. My grandchildren, I did the hair, and another little girl, a little friend of theirs, did the hair, and my grandson, and they tend to head. Are you tend to head of the trees?
I used to be.
Yeah, I know it.
Very.
You used to cry. You used to cry, and they cry just like you and Lisa used to cry.
Yeah, and both
And
of my
hard.
youngest two, girl,
Mhm.
I would tap they scalp with a comb and they hollering. I'm like, I'm not even combing your hair.
But I can't. I guess it's a difference now. It hit different when you're a grandparent than a parent, because back in the day I would have been like, you better hush, turn your head. But now it's like, oh my God, am I hurting you? Show me where. I'm gonna stop. So it takes forever because I don't want to hurt them. That is too soft. Ooh.
I heard that grandparent role hit a little bit different. And I
Soft.
see you have confirmed it.
Yes, very soft. But yes. But anyway, everything. But other than that, everything's just fine. A little
Good.
tired, like I said. That's okay. That's okay. Get that rest after the podcast and be ready for tomorrow. Be
Right.
ready to dive into the next deep dive of whatever comes after why women snap at their part, why women go off.
Yes, because today we wanted to continue on part of what we ended with yesterday about whether or not women are snapping for no reason at all, meaning are they just being emotional, or are they actually being pushed too far? That's what we kind of wanted to tap in. So, Kim, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna ask you. So, do you snap off anytime?
I don't initiate. No.
No. So we
Nope.
we 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 did that yesterday. So I'm gonna be
Yep.
truthful. I used to like
Hmm.
rah, but I had a reason that I thought or I did. You if there's no reason that you just there's no reason that you just it just I just don't see it. There's no reason that you just go off and you just rah all the time. It has to be a build up, and that build
Mhm.
up leads to rah. Like at anything, not even just the spouse or the mate, the
Mhm.
whoever your person. You gonna rah because it's something built up.
So, but there are women, and I guess this is why I think it's an excuse that's used because there are women who go through stuff, right? Because we're talking about women right now, and they
Okay.
don't rah no matter what's coming at them, right? So, is it that it's an excuse that they're being pushed too far, the reason for them to lose their shit, right?
Mm.
Or is it in them to just lose their shit and just they like to snap? What I like to call, as I was teaching my sons, my older boys, if you have a very feisty woman, I mean, that like to come at you, stay away from her, right? That's what I call a rah woman, just like to start shit. I think they
Mhm.
do exist. Um, so I taught my sons early on, if you notice that just because there's a disagreement or they have an issue with something, I just don't think you should have to go rah. So when you find someone like that, you need to leave her where she's at because things could escalate, right? She can dive deeper into later on she end up putting her hands on you or something like that. So that's what I mean by I don't think that it's an
Well,
excuse. I just think it's in them to do it.
I feel like women we were made to nurture. If we want to be, with the word, we're made to be nurturers. So I don't care if that woman, whatever would happen with her, she was made to be a nurturer. So something had to happen to take that away from her to make her not want to nurture and rah, rah, rah. We are made to nurture. That is our job, whether we know it or not. We are made to nurture. And some women, why do women jump up and rah, rah, rah when you are made to nurture? So it's probably how many percent of you out there? It's a lot of you guys. Don't get mad at me because it's a lot of you guys out there like Latrice. You're really not rah, 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 but it's a lot that are because it's a lot of scars, a lot of trauma.
Okay, but is that trauma the person that they're rah-rahing with, right? Snapping
Mhm.
on, is that the person who brought the trauma? Or are they carrying trauma and then therefore when they go into another relationship and something may look like something?
Yeah, and it could be that too. Just
So then you're still rah-rah-rahing for it.
okay. So let's take a teen, not even us. Just take a teenager now.
Mhm.
Just take your daughter because she's in your household.
Yep.
So you put install your ways in her. Just say
Right.
ways.
Right.
So if she goes out and she meet a man,
Mhm.
and when she gets older, she's not going to automatically go raw raw because that's not
Nope.
what she have. But if
Mhm.
sometime in that relationship she starts to do that, what would you say?
I would try to, well, I'm gonna analyze it, right? So I'm gonna have a conversation and figure out where it came from. Because think about what you just said. That's not in her. There are some teenagers, girl. I went to school and they rah rah rah. They they're very combative. That's what I'm saying. They're very combative.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter's not combative, right? So then I know that it would be a situation that could pull that out of her, like I was telling you, my first marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I said, "Well, let's make sure we don't go down that path
Yeah,
again."
why we rob what is coming because they got to be full.
But we have to. I don't think we can't stick with it's just because women are not perfect. You're gonna
No,
have some women. No,
I know.
meaning we're gonna have a bunch of some women out there who do just snap off. They do exist, right?
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
all have an excuse. They don't all have a reason. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just like there's no such thing as all men, just like all women.
Right.
That's what I mean by that. So I
I,
do believe there are some who just pop off.
I say 1% of each race. I mean each gender.
Jesus, one.
I just
You
1% of
give
each
no
gender.
grace. No, it's more now, honey. Ain't no way.
That's all we play it's all sides.
Mm,
It come in every packet. Like you rah rahing because you just want to. You rah rahing because you something's there and making you.
yeah. So and
So
then
it's
let's say with the ones where they're making, meaning not making you because we're not a puppet on a string. However, they're pulling something out of you that you don't normally show or reflect, right?
mhm,
So what do you do to change that? Because women are the brunt of so many negative things,
yes.
irregardless of why they are. So how
Mhm.
do that get corrected? I think you have to either remove yourself from the situation, and some women will be married, right?
Right.
And if they have an abusive spouse, whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually being abusive, that could change the dynamics of how she reacts. So then what
And she's
do hmm?
and she's gonna carry it until she
Yeah,
heals. She's
right.
never healed because it's like it's carrying and carrying. So women have this name now that they are naggers. Women are naggers, or they. I still go with start stuff. You don't like to say start stuff, but I say it because that's what you that we start stuff. Like they
Mhm.
we start stuff. So we have those type names when it's not really true. We really don't. We just want to know. And I'm saying we as in women.
Correct. So is
We
that just a response from immature men? Because we know not all men respond that way. So when you have a woman who's asking a question or seeking clarity on something, and the as you say, the male responds with, "Oh, you're nagging," or ignoring you or whatever, then
and
that's
men could be hurt as well. I mean, for not even speaking, we're women rah rah at the men, and they could be, it's trauma with them, and they don't know how to speak or what to say, or it's just like it's levels to the thing.
right. But what I was saying was, when that is the situation, then what do you think would be, a good solution to get out of that and change the dynamic of your situation?
Get out of what of the
That's
uh,
toxicity, right? So if you're a raw, if to me, if you're saying the person is, when you
but I think
simply having a conversation, because you're not talking, we wasn't talking about her, the woman just going rah at the man. She's coming to him regular, right? And then you're saying he turns it, right? He
mhm,
takes it out of context. So
mhm.
if that's something that is repeatedly happening, that's going to be a major issue. So what I'm saying is, so then how do that get corrected? Do you think the woman or the man, somebody has to leave?
I,
Do you believe that something counseling can actually correct? Like
I
what do you think they do?
love is so strong.
What do you
Love
mean
is
by
very
that?
because people love so hard. It's like I don't know if people loving because they love the lifestyle or do they really love
I don't know what you
you?
mean. What you, because you said love, but what are you talking about?
Because you're saying how can they get
Out of
how
it
to get
or
out?
change it.
And
Mhm.
I'm just saying love, just saying love. People love like the person that's maybe being mistreated in some kind of way is loving that person so much they don't want to leave them, so they're doing everything they can to keep their attention, even if it's rah rah, because then maybe that may keep their attention. So that's what I'm saying. Love is the love that people think that they have. I'm saying, do you think people love, or are they just in relationships now for the fame, the money, the lifestyle, or is there love, or people loving?
Girl, these people are broke. I'm talking about. So ain't no lifestyle, fame, money. No, I think sometimes people don't love themselves enough. I think they love the other person more.
Mhm.
Um, so they're fighting um for something. I think, just my opinion, because I've been there before. I think sometimes we can get caught up in loving that person so much. But when you think about it, what you're allowing to happen to you, where's the love for you? Right. And I know that biblically, as you know, I've learned being married, is really more about serving your spouse. But I think we have to be careful in that, um, choosing the right partner from the beginning
Mhm.
so that you can properly serve your spouse and hopefully your spouse can serve you. Um, but even if they're not serving you, right,
Mhm.
at least there's no type of abuse, whether that's neglect, whatever's causing, when you say sometimes, most of the time there's a reason, whatever's causing this reaction from this woman. And I was asking, do you think that means the relationship need to be ended? Or do you think it also could be maybe counseling? Can it be corrected? Because I don't feel that women have to stay in a position of being ready to battle. You understand? Even when something's coming at us,
Mhm.
do we have to always battle our men, even if they're making us feel some type of way? Is there another way to communicate and get things across without being in that state of losing your mind, just going off is what I was trying to get at.
Okay, so in life, you've been trained to think and do certain things. So we are trained to fight for relationships, be in relationships, fight for those relationships, and your mind is there. And the only way I can see you getting out of relationships that are toxic or that you've been in for a while, even some you just jumped in and you can't get out, because there's a lot of people that are out here missing some things going on in their mind. But the only way I think you can get out is renewing your mind to say, no, this is not how you're supposed to live, or this is not how I live. I don't care what I saw or see or heard. This is not how you're supposed to live. That's the only way you're going to do it. There's no, I don't care the counseling, whatever, because a lot of counseling don't work these days. So whatever, you're going to have to change it. Your mind is going to have to be changed, whether it's the man or the woman. Your mind is going to have to be changed to know that this is not, I am not put here to live like this. I'm put here to live life to the
Right.
full, abundant life, because there's nowhere in the Bible, and you can look it up, and that it says that God came so you cannot have life. Everywhere it says so you can have life to the full, to the abundance. Everywhere you look to you, so you can have life, so you can live. So that's why we're here. So I don't know why we get stuck in staying in toxicity when we're supposed to live a good life, and that's not a good life. And like I said, love don't hurt, but people stay in love, in hurt.
And when you say you think they need to change, they're going to have to change their mindset. And well, let me
Right.
say this first before I go there.
Okay.
You were saying, well, counseling don't work these days. Do you think there was a time when counseling ever worked?
I don't know, because me growing up, I didn't ever really hear, and being African American, Black, African American, whatever you want to call it, that's not how we were raised to talk about or to go to a counselor. That was just put in my life when as an adult. But raised, it was you pray to the Lord, you talk to the Lord.
Well, I
And the
guess I'm
Lord,
asking you because you said these days, counseling not working these days. So I was trying to find out, do you think it was at any point?
that's why I tell you to take a statistic. That's all I do, just watch.
See, I don't like statistics because statistics based on who you polling. That's why I don't care for them.
That's right, and that's right, because I always say that these polls, who taking the polls? That's why
Yeah,
it's like,
so I don't take. I don't. Yeah, I don't
when
buy
I
into
just
that.
watch. Even if you just get on social media and watch the people, just watch.
You know,
It's
but then again, it's also who you follow on social media. Because
and
me and
that's
my
right.
husband, I realized we watch totally different. My feed is totally different from his, right?
Yes.
Because we follow and watch. Because if I bring up certain stuff, he'd be like, "What?" You know, and there's some stuff he's seen. But we watch or feed ourselves different things, right?
Right.
But I think counseling works for some, but I think counseling more so works for those who work counseling. I
Right.
don't think that counseling will work for a couple to stay together and improve if only one person out of that relationship wants it to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could work if sometimes counseling works and the working is they needed to separate. Those are facts. So is it that counseling didn't work, or it did work and it helped you realize you just not supposed to be together, right?
Right.
So I think counseling works. I just don't think it works all the time. But the other piece that I wanted to tap into when you said, well, they got to change their mindset. Okay, good point.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone is not spiritually grounded. So
No.
how, because I want this podcast to be about how women can grow, how they can learn. How do
Mm-hmm.
you think it can get to them in the process of, not the process of, how do you think it can be put out and get out to the masses so that women can understand they need to change their mindset, right? In
The
order
thing,
to get out of something this bad.
they need to be around people, positive people, and they listen to positive things. I don't care what people, anybody say, negative wise. If you need it, remove yourself from negative to positive. Positive women need to be around women that need positivity. I'm just gonna say it like that. Women that need positivity, women need to be sheltered around them. Women that are well off, women that are not well off, women that are thinking they're well off, whatever kind of women that are, let's see what prayed up or have some kind of faith that they know you can make it without being in that relationship. They need to see that, hear it, see it. If you're not hearing it and seeing it, you're going to stay stuck where you are because you're going to stay stuck what you're hearing and seeing. So they need that type of surrounding.
Right. I agree. And I think what needs to happen is it needs to be talked about more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just the simple fact of life can continue on if you're in something, bad. If it's something minor, it can definitely be fixed.
I think good needs to be talked about a lot. A lot of good. A lot of good. You can do this. You can do that. You can do this. A lot of good. Just changing your mind that you can do this. You can do that. Your mind can do anything. Like women need to hear it. I don't care if it's like you planting a garden. You can do this. Take a seed. You can do this. You can do that. Let me tell you, keep your mind focused on this. I don't want to just go there in the Bible, but it's just like you have to keep your mind, your mind, the mind needs to be, like you said, a lot of people are not spiritual, so we're not going to go there. But your mind needs to be changed.
Well, I don't think it's that a lot of people aren't spiritual, so we shouldn't go there. I just think what has to happen is we have to start talking about it more. And then I think the more we talk about it, others will start to talk about it. I think change will come from, which is the changing of the mindset, is getting the dialogue out there, having the open, honest conversation without putting down the men necessarily, right? But letting them know, because right now we do have a lot of women who are out of pocket. It's facts, right? And I think
Let me clear that up about spiritual now, because we're gonna talk about the Lord. I'm saying I don't want people to just think we're just taking it and putting like pushing the Lord down their throat, because that's not what the Lord's.
Absolutely.
So that's not.
We wouldn't even have to. They should be able to see it, right?
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. I want us to be just positive women who are out here pushing other women to be better, do better, and expect more out of themselves. No matter what situation they're in, don't allow this. And it's hard. So I'm not here to say that it's not a difficult thing to turn around, but it can be turned around, right? Just understanding that no one can control your reaction. You have to dive deep and do some work on yourself to make sure that you're not one of those rah women, because we have young girls and young boys that we're part of going to be raising, right? I'm one of those. I don't believe a mother is held higher than a father. I'm one of those who contest against that wholeheartedly. I think they are equally important. And therefore, I think we as women have got to do better, even when we are in bad situations. Our reactions inside of our households are very important. And being rah is not it.
And that comes with that as well, being in a relationship with kids, divorced, or going through one, or in some kind of situation, and that rah comes into that, because now it's just you're married. We putting that in there now. Now you're married, and maybe you're going through, like you said, maybe you're going through a divorce. They're going through a divorce or something, and they can't be friends. And now it's a rah when you even speak on the phone.
What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about the exes and the kids are hearing that type thing.
When you say,
oh yeah, that's definitely ugly. Yeah.
So it's ugly. That's why I say, this is another conversation, because it's getting time to come in this podcast. But this conversation right here, could you be friends? Could you be friends with your partner if you had a partner that you were with, not even married with, but we're gonna say married or been with over 10 years, could you be friends with that person? Could you be friends with that person? Could
What
we
do you mean
gonna
by friends? I think
are
you should be cordial. I don't understand the friend part. I think you should
friends,
be cordial.
friends, like um okay, cordial.
Yeah, because
What
I'm respect. So
no,
I'm
like
respectful.
if we like if you're in the same place or you're in a party together, can you uh maybe if you see each other at a bar or something at a party or something, can you talk? Can you dance? Or you know what I'm saying? Can you be really friends after a divorce or a
Girl, I
breakup?
ain't dancing with no ex.
That why here you go. Here you go. I
Well,
know you
because but you already know
okay,
me. I think
okay,
everything is
friends.
about respect. And 9 times out of 10, my ex got somebody, right? I'm just being honest.
But
I ain't
still,
they
can
they
even if
ain't they no dudes that can't get nobody. So they already got somebody. I'm not finna no dance with what? No,
I'm
I don't know.
okay, so you have older sons. Oh, we're not gonna get into this because the H16, but you have
Girl,
older sons.
I got a little one too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, we just using them as an example, and you've been with
Right.
that forever, and now they're older. Now, can you be friends again and hang out? If that not hang out like you going to
Yeah, I
New
don't
York.
understand what you're talking about right now. You on your own, kid.
You
You
understand
on
what
your
I'm
own, little buddy.
saying?
You trying to hang around them jokers. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I know people who do. I've known people who do have done that, even when they with their spouse, the person to their child has
Somebody
come
ain't
in the
let go.
home.
Somebody ain't let go. Somebody's still hanging on. Say
Okay,
what you want. Somebody's still hanging on, buddy.
we
Because
talk about that.
no, I believe in the whole
Right?
blended family. You know, like with my oldest, let's say he getting married,
Okay,
and there's
yes,
everybody go to his house for Christmas. Okay, I ain't gonna be over there come out. So hey, no, we should better be cordial. What we do? Hey, how you doing? Oh, to his wife. Hey, how you doing? You know that type of thing. Oh, I'm
and
all for that, but
you
I
know
don't get
some
this
people.
whole friends thing. We ain't doing the. Ooh, I can't say the name. I almost said a celebrity name. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Some people hang out with their
Girl,
family.
and again, I'm gonna say somebody's still lingering, somebody hanging
Or
on. Believe
they
what you
may
want. I
call,
got heard some stories in my lifetime.
they may call them and need money or something because they have a kid for them or something like that.
Wait a
That
minute,
would
hold
be
on. Stop.
friend.
Did you say call them because you need some money? Because you got a kid now.
Maybe they do that. Like they
And they
like
are
you
out of pocket.
be
Girl.
like, we're just friends. We like that's what I'm asking you. Can you be friends? Like
Oh,
you
child,
can
let's have I can't wait till tomorrow. Baby, are you girl, these folks,
yeah.
this is psychotic. No, ma'am. That's what I'm
You
saying. You gotta be very careful. People are doing. You tell, girl, we gotta discuss this tomorrow. I guess they probably already know what Latrice is thinking because
the
what?
tree. I just talked to somebody and they said I literally talked to a couple and they were talking about can they be friends and they are friends after after a divorce and they can talk and the other person have a whatever they have whatever they can be friends. So you saying we about to cut this off now. We're gonna stop right here.
No, keep
8:20.
going, keep going. We got some minutes. I'm good. Keep going. Hurry up. I'm not some minutes. We got some seconds. Finish what you're saying.
We got it's 8:29.
Oh, girl.
It is 8:29. The tree.
You keep giving us dead space, but you could have just finished it up until 8:30.
It's 8:30 now. Say bye-bye.
Nope, it's 8:29. So I'll say this.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good conversation, I think, for tomorrow. You got to
Yeah.
remember where you were um in mid sentence.
We
But
were at do you think you can be after a divorce, do you think you can be friends?
nope. I'm talking about the exact story that you was talking about. So I'm going to play this back so that I can make sure that you go back from there. But yes, so you guys, it is now 8:30 and we will pick back up tomorrow with
Thank you.
this piece of can you be friends with your ex? So check out Latrice and Kim tomorrow on the same stations,
Thank you for
8 p.m.
listening.
Eastern Standard Time. All
Watch
right.
us work.
From startup to takeover, Watch Us Work podcast. We're out.
Night.
Good night.